Elliot Roger here. Well, this is my last video. It all has to come to this. Tomorrow is the day of retribution, the day I will have my revenge against humanity, against all of you.
In 2017, I started a retail job, a street back from the Bork Street Mall. On my first day, there was a bomb threat called in from the steps of H&M. Someone had found a suspicious package when they had been clearing the flower tributes that covered the steps after the Bork Street Mall car attack. A police officer had run in to tell me we might have to evacuate at any moment, and I awkwardly had to go tell my manager. He looked at me concerned and said if I needed to send a message to a loved one, I could. The situation reminded me of the moment before the planes hit the Twin Towers. Passengers passing around cell phones and saying goodbye to their loved ones. It turned out to be a fake bomb someone had planted to shock people. That summer, there were 3 separate violent attacks in the city involving cars. The newly placed concrete bollards became something of a band-aid over it. The event in the second act of Lock is based on both the Bork Street Mall attack carried out by James Gargalis and the 2014 Isla Vista attack by Elliot Rogers. The story about Elliot's grandfather, George, is pretty much verbatim. He had been a war photographer, first on the scene of the liberation of the Bergen-Belsen concentration camp. The experience left him so traumatized he decided to never work as a war correspondent again. He said, "When I could look at the horror of Belsen and think only of a nice photographic composition, I knew something had happened to me and it had to stop." Watching terror in real time and the digital footprints you can find is something psychologically unique and fucked to our generation. Going down a rabbit hole of Elliot Rogers' YouTube videos moments after the attack, or seeing the demented reactions of Achan during the live stream of the Christchurch shootings. We can't look away, and when we try, it seeps into everything. Often we get so consumed by looking that we just want to opt out of it. It's too much to process. We wanted Locke to encapsulate this feeling, and how would you begin to disconnect from it all? After 9/11, my mom converted to Islam. She had read the Bible and the Quran through and decided that the Quran aligned with her values. Islam helped her find the structure in her life that she had been looking for. No one in my family was Islamic, and in the War on Terror era in Western Australia, she'd often get yelled at and called a raghead, spat on by strangers, etc. I didn't mind that she had converted. Nothing in my life changed except strangers were now hostile and we couldn't have pork in the house. My mom didn't expect me to follow in her footsteps. She had raised me pretty agnostic.